Barcelona, Spain. My name is Daniella. I'll be taking over ITA's story today and hopefully showing you a little bit of Barcelona. So as you can see, it's a bit of a dreary day today in Barcelona. Hopefully it'll clear up in a few hours and we can head out into the city. I can show you some things around me, tell you a little bit about how long I've been here, what I'm doing. So let's hope for the rain to clear out soon. I must say though, even with the rain, look how beautiful it is in Barcelona. Not a bad view. Okay, so the rain is still coming down strong, so I thought I would take this time while we're inside to tell you a little bit about myself. So originally I'm from the United States. I grew up in Pennsylvania and I have been living here in Spain for about 2 years now. I took the TEFL course through ITA in person in Chicago 2 summers ago before moving out here to Barcelona. So since living here in Spain, I've had a couple of different jobs. The first year that I was here, I was an au pair. I lived with a family with 2 young kids, helping them with English, bringing them to school, taking them home. After the first year, I moved into the apartment that I live in now, and I got a job working for a summer camp in the Pyrenees. After working for this camp in the summer, I continued working with this academy throughout the academic year following. I work mostly in the afternoons and evenings, Monday through Thursday. At the moment, classes have not started back up again. We're still on holiday for the summer, but a few classes will be starting up this weekend next. But today is actually a holiday here in Catalonia. It's the National Day of Catalonia, and this is celebrating Catalonia's status as an autonomous region of Spain. So hopefully if the rain clears out in a little bit, we can head out into the streets and see some of the festivities going on today. So a public holiday in Barcelona means that while there might be a lot of people on the streets, nobody really is working. Not a lot of bars and cafes are open. Shops and local places tend to be closed, or they open up in the afternoon maybe. But today in the afternoon there will be a big festivity kind of that runs through the center of town, from one end to the other. Different groups of people gathering at all the different main plazas of the city. So lots of culture, lots of fun, people wrapped with their flags, running in the streets, dancing and music, and so hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of that later. Okay, so as I said before, I do work for an academy here. Primarily, the bulk of my hours are in a business that's here in the city. So I go to the business and teach the adults that work there on their lunch break. So I have 2 hours with them per week, and I have 4 different groups that I work with there. I also have a few classes in the academy itself, ranging in age from children up to university to adult. Bigger groups, 7, 8 students, small 1-to-1 classes. It totally depends on the time of year and what classes we have for offer. I also work here in this cafe. If you have more questions about that, it's obviously not teaching related, so I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. It is possible to work on a student visa here outside of the realm of teaching. It's not very common though. So if you have more questions about that, you can contact me on my personal Instagram. I'll link it here, and I'd be happy to tell you about the process that I am going through in obtaining this job. Okay, I'm gonna try to answer a few of the questions that have been sent in briefly. I'm on a student visa. ITA has all the information about the student visa on the website. If you have further questions, feel free to ask. So as I know, that's probably one of the most frequently asked questions and something that people wonder the most about. I'm going to just go into a tiny bit more detail with the visa. Personally, for me, I chose to do a student visa because it was the most reasonable long-term, moving here knowing that I would probably be here for more than a year. I wanted to do everything legally and correctly. I'm now finished with my second year here, and after 3 years it is possible to transition off of a student visa and apply for a residency. I won't go into too much detail with that because probably not that many people care about that, but if you have more questions regarding that specifically, let me know, and I can talk to you privately. So I have a student visa. I would highly recommend that. I know there are people that have been here on a tourist visa, and just so as I know, that's probably one of the most frequently asked questions and something that people wonder the most about. I'm going to just go into a tiny bit more detail with the visa. Personally, for me, I chose to do a student visa because it was okay. So personally, I would recommend between 1,000 and 3,000 euros or dollars saved just to get yourself started. You'll find a job quickly, but you never know what circumstances you might be in, and it's better to have more than not enough. So I can't speak from personal experience on this one because I did come with a degree, but with a TEFL certificate, you should be good to at least find one-to-one classes. You can always tutor on the sides and give classes to individuals. Okay, so here is the tour of our flat. Come in here and we have the kitchen, pretty basic, lots of space, cabinets, storage, and then we come into here, and here's the living room, and we have a little balcony out here that goes out to our street, lined with trees, of course, and our view of the Sagrada Familia. And then coming this way, around the corner, we have one bedroom here with an exit out onto the balcony, another bedroom there, bathroom. The bathroom is here, and then the last little bedroom here with a nice closet and a window that goes out into the internal part of the building. So here we are. It's been a couple hours. We went and enjoyed the festivities. I shared a couple photos of that, and now I'm off to the gym, and I'm going to show you the train that I go to and a little bit of our class tonight. Hey guys, so I just wrapped up at the gym and I didn't get to take any videos while I was inside, but I'm going to share a couple of photos with you on the next slide of the inside of the studio and my personal trainer Holly and the other ladies that I worked out with. Hey everybody, okay, so I think I am going to wrap it up here for the night. Thank you so much for following along today. If there were any questions that I didn't get to or that you didn't think I explained clearly, or just any thoughts that you have moving forward from this takeover and you're wondering that you didn't get a chance to ask me, send me a personal message. I'll put my Instagram account right here again for you, and I promise I'll get back to all of your questions that I didn't get a chance to answer today. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.